Alright, let's go ahead and check out an example problem now. The following data reflects the number of defects produced on an assembly line over the past 10 days. So first day they had 1 defect, second day they had 2, third day they had 0, and so on for the past 10 days. So first thing we want to do is calculate out the mean. Now in this situation, notice it's the sample mean, x bar, and that's just because we took a sample of 10 days. Now if we took, if we measured the number of defects for every single day that that production line ran, then that would be the population mean. But since it's only 10 days, it's going to be the sample mean. Now, the formula for that just says we add up all the x values, then divide by however many they are. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. All the values were 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1. And then of course, after we add up all of our values, we divide by however many of them there are. And we know there's 10 values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to go ahead and divide by 10. Then, of course, just add across the top. And let's see, we got 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16. And that's, of course, divided by 10. And that would be 1.6 defects. So, on average, over the past 10 days, they had 1.6 defects per day. Pretty simple. Next thing we want to go ahead and talk about is the median. Now, to determine the median, what you need to do is you need to arrange our values from smallest to largest. So first thing we want to do is do that, because these values aren't given to us from smallest value to largest. So let's see, we got 2 zeros, we got 1, 2, 3 ones, and we have 1, 2, 3 twos, and 1, 3, 1, 4. Alright, so the median is of course the middlemost number. So if you have things written out like this, probably the easiest way to identify the median is just work your way into the middle. So those 2 line up, those 2 line up, those 2 line up, those 2 line up, those 2 line up. Now we notice there's actually 2 middle numbers here because we have an even number of values, 10. If we had an odd number of values, there'd be 1 right in the middle, and it would be a little bit more obvious. So since we're in this situation where we have 2 middle numbers, all we want to do is just figure out the average between those 2 numbers. So the median in this situation would be 1 plus 2 divided by 2, or 3 over 2, or 1.5 defects. Alright, now finally for the mode. Now, to determine the mode, it's also useful to have the data arranged from smallest to largest. Just that way the data values are the same, like 1s and 2s are going to be right next to each other to identify them easily. So we go ahead and we look, and it looks like, let's see, we have 3 1s and 3 2s. So both 1s and 2s appear with the greatest frequency. As I mentioned previously, you can actually have multiple modes for data sets. If 2 values occur with the same frequency, those are both going to be modes. If you want to be really fancy, this would be a bimodal data set. So the mode for this data set would be 1 and 2.